Hey, so it's the day before I fly to Washington, D.C. for the Toastmasters conference and public speaking tournament. And plot twist, dramatically, I am sick, so I'm in bed trying to get better. My son had a minor operation last week, nothing major, but it meant I was in the children's hospital surrounded by sick parasites, and I must have picked up something, so I've got this kind of man flu. I'm worried that my throat is sore. I'm worried I might lose my voice or whatever. So just drinking the right stuff and taking the right meds and things like that, and getting ready to fly out tomorrow. Um, I'm trying to memorize my speech. I should know it by now, obviously, and I do know it, but I still have that fear that I'm going to slip up and forget something in front of everyone. Um, that's the fear that still sticks there. I have real problem. Anyone who knows me well knows I have a frustratingly bad memory sometimes, and I have to write everything down. And obviously, when you're making a speech or a presentation, there's nothing wrong with using notes. But in the Toastmasters contest, I imagine it's kind of frowned upon to use notes. So really hoping to avoid that. There's obviously lots of techniques to memorize. The way I write my speech is I usually write out pretty much a full speech on an A4 piece of paper, and that for me that's about a 5 to 7 minute speech. And then I'll break it up into just lines, about 20 lines for each point, and try and memorize those and the key phrases in it. Try and remember those. And then usually what happens is I end up kind of grouping each of those lines into chunks and almost have like a word summarizing that chunk of points that I need to make. And usually what I have by the end of it is like on a tiny little piece of paper, I have like 7 words written. And those 7 words are the memory triggers for me to deliver my speech. And if you ever see me about to deliver a speech, you'll usually see I'm looking at a piece of paper trying to keep those 7 words at the front of my mind. Maybe I should write 7 words on my hand and actually do that when I'm giving my speech. Maybe for the new speech. But no, I feel pretty good about this speech in terms of remembering it. I've delivered it so many times now, I know it. There's just a few little key phrases I sometimes slip up on. Like there's a bit where I'm trying to say, what is it? I'm trying to say it's significant, it's a symbol, it's a sign, and significant symbol sign, and I keep getting them the wrong way around, and it doesn't sound too serious, but actually if I get it round the wrong way at the beginning, it ruins the next part of the speech. And so it's all those little complications like that. But generally I try not to memorize word for word. I just want it to appear natural. So I have these little prompts for each bit, but there's just some key phrases you have to get right to get the real message across. So that's today. Today I am trying to get myself back to 100%. I am trying to do the last bits of memorizing, and I am trying to pack because I fly tomorrow to Washington, D.C. So I will check in with you then.